It's true, Ashley. I was very excited to hear that Housemarque was going to be here because Housemarque has made some of my favorite games, Resogun, all the various flavors of Super Stardust, which I absolutely love. And now Yari is here from Housemarque to tell us about Matterfall.
Yeah, thrilled to be here.
I am very excited. Just so you guys know, we are not looking at B-roll. This is a live demo. We've got Paolo off screen here playing in a folding chair. So this is all real time.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about Matterfall.
So Matterfall, it's an action platformer, but in its core, it's a twin-stick shooter. Then we added lots of elements from platformers and bullet hell games.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like there's definitely a bullet hell aspect put in here, which is something that I haven't seen like this before. Because I mean, it seems like it might be, in a Metroidvania style game, but with that added bullet hell navigation mechanic.
Yeah, well, it feels like an evolution of Outland.
Yeah, basically, yeah. There is the red and blue element, but this is more actiony. You're shooting stuff, you're striking everywhere, and destroying like lots of enemies.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't play it, Outland was your game that was very similar to this on a basic level, where it's almost like a Radiant Silvergun thing, where red versus red, red versus blue.
Yeah.
And so you want to hit everything with the opposite polarity, is that correct?
Yeah, opposite polarity, but in here you can manipulate the blue stuff. You can create platforms or shields for you, and you need to avoid the red stuff.
So you can only manipulate the blue?
Yeah, you can only manipulate the blue.
Well, we're a little familiar with red versus blue on this stream here.
I set it up. I was like, I was wondering if he's going to knock it down.
I got it. I got
the red stuff you need to avoid.
So great. So are we looking at stage by stage action? Are we looking at something that's a little bit more of an explorative environment?
Well, it's more like a more linear action experience. So you go from left to right or right to left, but there are some exploring elements. So each level has like a civilian that you need to find, and those civilians give you like augmentations and secondary weapons. And here you can actually see our overcharge mode, where the time slows down, and you are invulnerable, and you have like lots of firepower.
I love this. This is just such a greatest hits of all of the mechanics that I love from the things you do.
Yeah, this is like the combination of all.
Is that just like picking and choosing your favorite parts?
Yeah,
and
all the best parts and
make one game.
So here we've got like this very floaty sort of
like the flying
fleet.
in like zero-G area.
Yeah.
And you can like dash your way through it and like fly all the areas like 360 and.
That's great.
What's the basic premise or the plot for the game? Like, what are we looking at here?
So basically, you are playing as Avalon Darrow, as a hired mercenary. And your job is to clear the city out of the red matter and save all the civilians.
Okay, a typical job.
Yeah, like quite straightforward.
With the city, we got too much red in the city. Need more blue.
Yeah, there's some enemies. Go kill them.
Get in there.
Yeah,
take care of it.
So let's talk about our blasters. Let's talk about our weapons. I mean, obviously we have this sort of like we have this sort of dash mode that lets us go through red matter that keeps us safe. We have a blaster on, but how do things grow and change?
Yeah, well, when you save the civilians, you get those augmentations. You can equip 3 different augmentations. They can be like weapons or passive augmentations, and you can choose your like loadout by that. And we have like a shotgun, sniper, homing weapon, and the grenade that we are currently used in there.
Cool. Paolo, are you able to bring up that interface so we can see what it's like to kind of spec your character out? He's too good. He's too good. It's over.
Yeah.
He said he just finished the level, so we're waiting for the next level.
Yeah. So each level has like the own score that you can get on like leaderboards per level. And
one thing I've always loved about your games is that sort of world versus local competitive leaderboard, no matter what the genre of game is.
Yeah, there's always a leaderboard. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I love looking at leaderboards, but it always makes me feel inadequate as a player. Like, I'm pretty good at this. You look at the leaderboard like, oh, no.
I'm like 5,006 here.
The trick is to stay up until the store refreshes, be the first person to finish Matterfall, and then you can say world champion Matterfall player for 3 hours.
I try to filter it. I just like put my hands and like block all the numbers and block the other people's names.
So here are our augmentations.
Yeah, currently we have this one grenade, and you can put it on your D-pads and choose the weapon at free.
So it's just a way to quickly get to your grenade.
Yeah, you can switch whenever you want. So basically, you always have this basic weapon that blue stuff, they're shooting the blue stuff, and you can like pressing R2 to shoot the secondary fire whenever you want.
Oh, and was that the secondary fire there?
Yeah, the secondary fire is the grenade. And then you also have this matter set that you use to build the blue platforms.
And can you build the blue platforms anywhere, or they're like designated
they
areas?
They are designated.
Where you build it? Okay.
Designated, yeah. So basically, you don't have to, but if you want to be good on the platforming, you should.
Is there any benefit to not creating the platforms?
Well, it depends on your play style. If you want to like speed run and get the highest score, then you could just skip it. But if you want to just like play it safe, then you can create the platforms.
And that second meter, is that our ability to create things, our ability to use our matter gun?
The second meter is actually the overcharge.
Okay.
And you get those blue orbs from the enemies, and when it's full, you can activate the overcharge.
Gotcha.
Oh, and that was the special ability.
Yeah, special ability, and those are the blue orbs that enemies are dropping.
This is great. So tell us a little bit about this world and this environment that we're running.
Yeah,
through.
we're currently under hydroponics. This is the second environment in our game. So this is like filled with greenery. There's lots of fogs and environment effects, and like plants.
And is this all? It's all set in this one complex. But what are we going to see in terms of different environments?
Yeah, we have like this huge high-tech city, and then we have these hydroponics and like matter mines, like caves, dark caves, and lots of like red matter in there, and like. They are totally different environments.
And what I love, I just wanted to mention, we saw a shielded enemy.
Yeah.
In between two of the red particle emitters.
Yeah.
And this is something that when it comes to difficulty ramping, you're really expert at it. I feel like Housemarque, you guys do a wonderful job with like that. Now we're throwing one more little wrinkle at you to teach you.
Like intense action moments. Like now you hear there's enemies everywhere. And using the overcharge, you can clear it quite easily. But yeah, so you need to really select your moments when you use the overcharge.
It's like getting that like a big gun that you just save it to use
like
at the right
power.
moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we have leaderboards and stuff. I also feel like this is something that would really interest speedrunners. Is there any functionality in there for speedrunning?
No, well, the levels are built for speedrunning. So basically, you can skip all the enemies and keep on jumping and keep on striking. So basically, you can try to get the fastest level time.
Gotcha, and that's a separate leaderboard.
Well, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all internally testing? Who's or how do you rank up on the speedrunners internally?
I'm quite good because I have built almost all of the levels. Like
so have you put in like secret little honeypots that people haven't found yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there are some exploring to do.
So that'll be interesting for you once the game's out and you're able to watch people on Twitch attempting speedruns to see if they're able to maximize
if they know all
it.
the tricks and where to jump and yeah.
The game's coming out really soon,
yeah,
right?
like August 15th on America and August 16th on Europe. And
amazing.
Price point is $19.99.
It's great.
Love it. And then platforms are
yeah, PS4.
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 Amazing. And are you guys doing anything for? Is there any difference between PS4 and PS4 Pro if we play it?
Yeah, well, basically you get a higher resolution on PS Pro and like enhanced graphics, like more. We have a higher particle count and like more like higher quality shadows. But basically, the gameplay experience is the same on both.
So just like a few more
graphical
whistles.
Yeah.
So real quick here, let's talk about a couple of these augments that we've just picked up and how they change things versus the grenade.
There's the homing one and there's the sniper one. The homing one is you can just fire and forget the bullets, find them way to the enemies, and the sniper is like this piercing, really powerful weapon that pierces enemies.
So if you line your enemies up, you
can
take multiple ones out?
Yeah, multiple ones, and faster than you kill the enemies, the higher the score you get. So be faster on your killing.
Oh, and I love that because obviously
was that it there? Yeah.
Obviously that weapon has a slower recharge rate, like a slower fire rate. So it's really about.
So it's like one shot, and it's meant for those kill shot moments.
Oh, use it there, man. Oh, Paolo, come on. So that's great because I love the replayability of your games is wonderful because as we're playing through and we're getting these augments and we're seeing these lines, like that group of enemy, that swarm that came up, I was like, oh, I could use 2 of my sort of sniper rifle shoot-throughs and then 1 of this, and then the next time I go through, I'm going to get like 10,000 more points and shave a second off my
totally
time.
different gameplay style. Yeah.
Fantastic.
There was the huge screen clear that happens in the end of overcharge. It clears the screens of all of the enemies, so it's a like huge explosion.
it's wonderful going through a level in any game, but in a game like this specifically, where you learn where it's best to like trigger that super, you know, and you're just like, oh, I know now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what to do now.
And I think even going back to like the speedrunning, it's the same kind of thing where you know what's gonna, like you said, what's gonna shave a second off your time, or what's gonna be the best thing to do in any given situation. And I want to remind everyone who's watching right now, if you got any questions or anything you want us to talk about, you can tweet at us with hashtag YouTubeE3, or you can make a comment in the YouTube chat. So I see you've got a checkpoint system. Is that the primary method for saving? Yeah, the primary
method of saving, yeah. So there is usually like 3 to 4 checkpoints.
So if you die anywhere in the level, you go to the most recent
you go to the checkpoint, yeah. So that's like giving it more easy approach on the level, so you don't have to be that good on all the time.
Any thoughts on a hard mode where all the checkpoints are disabled?
Yeah, well, let's see. Yeah, we actually have like this insane mode. When you finish the game with any difficulty, we unlock one more difficulty, and it's the hardest one. There is like revenge bullets, and you only have one health, and so it's going to be extra hard.
Yeah, I'd love to touch on some of that. I mean, with Resogun, you added the ability to create custom ships, share custom ships, do custom things. What sort of triggers, what sort of things are we going to be able to flip on and off in terms of variables here or share here?
Well, basically we don't have any of those in this game.
Okay, so this is strictly like beat it and then get to that next difficulty
level.
Yeah,
next difficulty. That's going to be the huge driving point. Also the high score stuff. That's just get you the best loadout you can, and like experiment with the weapons and augmentations.
Total bullet hell.
Yeah, this is like bullet hell, and
I love these moments. Outland had a lot of these too, where it's like you're still playing it like this platformer / shooter, but you have to remember that now you are in bullet hell.
Right.
So, quick reflexes are good with this game.
Can you tell us more about some of the other augments that we may not see during this demo?
I think you just picked another one up.
Yeah, there's actually, this is like the passive. This increases the smash bombs probability, those blue stuff that are rounding and exploding.
Okay.
So it increases those, and we have lots of like those passive stuff that increase your like health and increase your like loading times with the secondary fire, so you can be faster, and the dash explosion range like can expand and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that sort of taking the bullet hell ship customization and adding it to a human-esque player character, where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go through with the default blaster, but I'm going to add these passive augments because that's the way I want to play, because I know that I'm very good at bullet hell games and I can like weave through all these fields.
Yeah.
Or do I want something? Are there some that are more actively defensive? Do we see things like shields or anything like that?
No. We want this to be like straight action. You are attacking and constantly like moving and everything.
They're like, oh no, you don't get one of those. Get good.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Well,
this is better.
Hashtag get good.
Well, this is amazing. This is coming, you said, in August, so it's right around the corner.
Yeah, August 15th and August 16th.
August 15th and 16th, $19.99, $20 for this. Guys, absolutely go pick this one up. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. It's a game I'm looking forward to. I've been wanting to get my hands on it for a while now.
Yeah, absolutely.